There's a place I've been dreaming about long before I ever set foot in South America. A place that looked almost unreal in photos, with endless wide horizons, mirror-like reflections, and landscapes that feel otherworldly. And now I'm finally here. This is the start of my 4-day journey from Tupiza to Uyuni. A route through volcanic deserts, colorful lagoons, ghost towns, and high-altitude plains where the silence feels almost magical. It all starts on day 1, leaving Tupiza behind in the Bolivian Andes. As the landscape opened up, we passed llamas grazing across the plains, kept by local communities for their wool, meat, manure, and as pack animals. San Pablo de Lipes appeared next, a small village of adobe houses where we stopped for a quick lunch. Beyond the village, the road climbed higher into the mountains. The air grew thinner, the horizon wider, and in the distance, a few vicuñas wandered across the open plains, elegant and wild. Soon, the mountains revealed a place wrapped in stories, San Antonio del Nuevo Mundo, a ghost town shaped by silver mines and the legend of a pact with the devil. People say the miners didn't keep their promise, and the town fell into silence. Among the ruins, vizcachas hop between the stones, their long tails curling as they disappear into the shadows. By late afternoon, we reached Laguna Morejón, sitting high at almost 4,900 meters, before continuing to Quetena Chico for the night. Morning light guided us deeper into the Reserva Nacional de Fauna Andina Eduardo Avaroa, Bolivia's most visited nature reserve. Crossing the boundary feels like stepping onto another planet. The landscape becomes vast, silent, almost lunar. Laguna Kollpa was the first place we lingered, a mineral-rich lagoon filled with hundreds of James's flamingos. Their pale pink feathers and bright red legs stand out beautifully against the white water. As we continued, the land shifted into the soft colors and isolated rock formations of the Desierto Salvador Dalí, a desert so surreal it looks painted. Further on, the road led us to Laguna Verde, a turquoise lake resting at the foot of the Licancabur volcano. The volcano rises sharply above the water and stands right on the border with Chile. Even with just a brief stop, the contrast between the lake and the volcano is unforgettable. Hours of bumpy roads eventually brought us to the hot springs of Termas de Polques. Warm water, mountain views, and flamingos feeding just a few meters away. It's one of those rare moments where time seems to slow down. Steam began to rise again as we reached Sol de Mañana, a high-altitude geothermal field filled with bubbling mud pools. The wind pushed the steam low across the ground, giving the whole area a raw, powerful energy. The day settled beautifully at Laguna Colorada, a red lake dotted with white borax islands and hundreds of flamingos, including James's, Andean and Chilean. The colors here don't feel real. It's one of the most striking places in Bolivia. A new day brought a new landscape. Rocks replaced open plains as we entered Valle de Rocas, a valley filled with red formations shaped by wind and time. Some resemble animals, others sculptures, creating a natural gallery in the desert. Not far from there lies Italia Perdida. According to legend, the first person to find this place was an Italian who got lost in the desert and never returned. The name stayed, Lost Italy. The road then drifted toward Laguna Negra, a dark, hidden lagoon surrounded by volcanic rock. Despite all the lakes we had already seen, this one felt different. Quiet, sheltered, alive with birds and vizcachas. Llamas grazed nearby, adding to the calm atmosphere. The landscape opened again as we approached Cañón de la Anaconda, a deep canyon carved by the Anaconda River. Reaching the viewpoint means walking along steep edges without railings. It's not ideal if you're afraid of heights, but the view is worth every step. From here, the journey stretched toward one of the highlights of the entire tour, Salar de Uyuni. Before heading onto the salt flat, we checked into a salt hotel in Kollpa, a place where the walls, the beds and even the furniture are made of salt. And then the moment arrived. A thin layer of water covered the salt flat, turning it into a giant mirror. The sky reflected beneath our feet, and as the sun dipped below the horizon, the whole world seemed to glow. We returned before sunrise the next morning. Soft colors spread across the horizon, and the reflections were even stronger than the night before. It felt like standing between two skies. Later we reached the dry section of the Salar to take the classic perspective photos, playing with distance to create fun illusions. We continued to the Dakar Monument and the very first salt hotel ever built on the Salar, now used as a lunch stop. After a final explanation about salt extraction, we left the salt flat behind and made our way to the Cementerio de Trenes, the train cemetery of Uyuni. Rusting locomotives lie scattered across the desert, a reminder of the region's mining past. And with that, our 4-day journey came to an end. These 4 days in southwest Bolivia were some of the most unforgettable moments of my travels. A place of color, silence, and vast open spaces, where nature feels raw and powerful, and every stop tells a different story. If you enjoyed traveling through Bolivia with me, feel free to like the video and subscribe for more adventures across South America and around the world. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.